Okay, so welcome everybody to the Advanced Series, Collaborate Effectively with Secure Online Meetings using Zoho Remotely. So that is going to be the topic that we are talking about today. I hope you've all had a good day so far and are ready to get into it. So my name is Lyra Mackay and I'm an evangelist at Zoho. I'm based in Australia, and today I will be joined by Anish, who will talk to us about Zoho Meeting and show us a little bit and, answer some questions and all of that good stuff. So firstly, just some housekeeping things. If you are having a bad connection, please try and refresh your browser first, or Chrome or Firefox or the Meeting Viewer app if you're on a mobile or tablet. Yes, there will be a recording. It will be sent to you hopefully by the end of today. I did have a little issue with the recording last week, so it might be sent to you tomorrow, but don't worry, it will be coming. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Q&A tab throughout the session, and we'll have someone on here who will possibly be answering them as we go, but we'll also have a dedicated Q&A time at the end as well. So the agenda for today is to you a little bit about Zoho, and then we will talk about Zoho Remotely. So this webinar focuses on the applications. This series focuses on the applications within Zoho Remotely. So I'll go over what that is a little bit, and then we'll get into Meeting and the products that you're all here to, hear about today, to learn about. Then we'll show you some resources and we'll answer your questions at the end. So first, I just want to get to know you are familiar with right here. Should pop on you. If you just want to answer that poll, okay, cool. There's a few votes coming through. Okay, great. So like previous webinars, a lot of you are Zoho 1 users, so that's great. You'll get a lot out of Zoho. We have a few platform and one using remotely. And that's just, throughout the webinar. Okay, so moving on. So I just want to tell you a little bit about Zoho as a company. So it's been around for over 22 years. We've created over 40 different applications. We are in 190 different countries, and we have 50 million users worldwide. And we have employees across the globe. The majority of them are based in the Chennai office in India. A lot of them are in the US, across Europe, and then a few of us are here. So I always worked, remotely because, we have an office here in Byron Bay. So I do sometimes go to that, but generally I try and work from home to, I find that it increases my productivity and with less travel time. But when, coronavirus all started, we all were working remotely, and that was a pretty huge shift of and so the way we did that is we use all of our own products, and they're all, to use them well. So we were really lucky enough that we just pretty much transitioned fairly easily to working remotely. But for our, customers and just people out there who couldn't do as easily as, us, we created Remotely. And so this is a suite of applications to transition to working from home. So a lot in Australia might be heading back, but our hope is that you can continue using Zoho Remotely and sharing it with your, with people who might get some benefit out of it. And then also for you Zoho One users, obviously Zoho One allows you to work remotely as well. So let's check this Q&A. Okay, seems we're having some issues with the sound breaking and the sound quality. So I just changed a few settings on my computer. I hope that that's a bit better. I'm going to continue, but if there's any problems, we will send you a recording afterwards as well. Okay, seems a bit better. Thanks, John. Just keep letting me know if you're having some major issues. Okay, so our promise to you is that we don't own your data, you do. We will never sell your data, and we'll also never do advertisements within our products. So I think that's just nice to know, especially for Remotely, which is a bundle of free applications available until the 1st of July for free. It's just really nice to know, because generally when you think of, or when you hear of free products, you think of ads. So we're different in that we won't ever do any advertisements. And that's the same for you Zoho One users as well. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is how we like to lay our products out. So we have the applications at the bottom, and those are available as just single applications, or you can be using a few of them. And then we have our platforms in the middle. So we have a few different ones there: the customer experience platform, finance, HR, collaboration, commerce. We also have workplace, and then that is where Remotely fits in. And then at the top there, you'll see we have Zoho One, and that is basically our big bundle of applications known as the operating system for business. So today, the focus is on Zoho Remotely. These are the 10 applications available within that platform, and they help you do a number of things, and we like to categorize them into 4 different categories. And those are communication, collaboration, productivity, and remote assistance. So this is how we break up those applications into those categories. So for communication, we have clicking and showtime. Collaboration, we have work, drive, projects, and sprints. For productivity, we have writer, sheet, and show. And for remote assistance, we have Zoho Assist. So today we are going to be focusing on Zoho Meeting, which is what we are using to run this webinar today, and it's also what we will talk about the meeting side of it. So I'm going to hand over to Anish now, so just bear with us while we transfer over.
Yeah, so I hope that you guys are able to see my screen. So again, this is Anish from Zoho Meeting support, and here we're going to look at how to collaborate effectively with secure online meetings using Zoho Remotely. So what is the need of the hour? So we all know the situation and the effects around the world caused by the COVID-19. The best way to reduce the spread of the virus is to follow the social distancing and the guidelines. So due to this situation, we're not able to work from our office and complete our daily tasks. Example, it might be any reports or any performance issues with your teammates. So, and all of this must be done from home. So here is where Zoho Meeting jumps in. Zoho Meeting will suit your needs in a perfect manner. You can have a video conferencing session without any hassles, working from home. You'd be able to interact and keep your teams together by interacting via the various options that we have that is the audio, video, and as well as the chat sessions. You will also be able to share your screen to the participants, and you'll also be able to display weekly targets, also schedule demos, and also share the upcoming tasks for the team. And this also helps you to stay on top of your productivity. We also ensure the privacy and security of the information you exchange while using the app. All the data shared by the users are encrypted, which means that we, Zoho Meeting, cannot read or interpret it. So moving on to the next slide. This slide gives you an overview and a glimpse of what are the features in Zoho Meeting. So to keep track of your meeting, we have features such as RSVP, reminders, and add to calendars. Everyone you can invite for your meeting will have the option to confirm and decline the meeting session, and the main presenter or the host of the meeting will be notified. You can choose a specific time to send out the email reminders, and you and your invitee can also add an event to the Google Calendar. For easy collaboration, we have audio, video, and chat features available, which will help the session be more interactive. We also have international dial-in numbers for 50+ countries. Apart from these dial-in numbers, we provide toll-free add-ons as well. So using these toll-free numbers, your participants can join the meeting for free without having to pay for any of the call charges. And Zoho Meeting provides toll-free numbers for more than 25 countries. The moderate controls. Moderate controls are features like lock meeting, mute, and remove participants that will help moderators conduct to make a decision faster. We also have the option to share screen features. You can share your entire screen, or if you are in a Chrome browser, you can specifically share only the application window that you would like the participants to be shown. The screen share option will be available for both the participants and the presenter. With the new UI, whenever the participant needs to share their screen, a small window will pop up for the presenter, and only on the presenter clicking on allow, the respective participant will be able to share this particular screen. Presenters can also give control to the participant, or the participant can request control during the screen sharing. Remote access enables participants of an online meeting to interact with the presenter screen and also collaborate on the presentation. To ease your meetings, we provide an embed feature. Embedding your meeting link in your organization website so that anyone will be able to join the meeting by entering their email address directly from your website. We also have the recording feature in Meeting, where all of your meetings can be recorded, and if there are any participants who might have missed the meeting session, you can also share this particular recording to them for their future reference. We also have the option to join as well as host the meetings in our iOS and Android devices. It's not necessary for you to join with your desktop or your laptops every time if you'd want a session. So here we're moving on to the quick demo on the various features and functionalities available in Zoho Meeting. I hope you're able to see my screen right now. Here. So this is the home page of the Zoho Meeting application. As you see over here, we have two options. That is the meeting solutions and the webinar solutions as well. The meeting solutions start an instant meeting, and you can also invite your participants and interact via the screen sharing, audio, and video conferencing. And on the other hand, the webinar is used for larger scale of people where you'll have the participants register for the session and you'll be able to take it forward. So we are going to mainly focus on Zoho Meeting right now. As you can see, we have two options here, which is the Meet Now option and scheduling a meeting. So I'm clicking on Meet Now. So on clicking on Meet Now, you can schedule an instant meeting with your participants and you'd also be able to take it forward. We have two options which is available for the host and as well as the participants to choose to join the meeting. We have the phone call option as well as the computed audio option. Moving on to the next option, which is schedule a meeting. So this is the page where you'd have to type in the topic, the agenda, date, time, and the duration of the meeting. So we can just type in the topic of the session and also the agenda. So we would be able to choose the date and the time or the duration of the start of the meeting. Here we have a drop-down box where you'd be able to select the particular duration of the online meeting. Here the maximum that we provide here is 3 hours, that is 180 minutes. If you want to extend the meeting for more than 3 hours, you can just type in the minutes required so that we would be able to schedule a meeting for 4 hours. We also have the time zone where on selecting the time zone, you'll be able to start the meeting with respect to the time zone that you are in. Here you'd be able to type in the email address of the participant that you would wish to join. So we have two options, which is the audio conferencing, that is the Use Zoho Conference. So Use Zoho Conference, we have two options where you'd be able to join the session. That is the phone option, phone call, or the audio option where you'd be able to, plug in your headphones or earphones and then go ahead with the session. And the Use My Own Conference service. So if you wish to use a different conferencing system, then you can just enter the details or the instructions which will help your participants join the meeting using their phone calls or any other ways that you have mentioned in the comment section. I would be using the Use Zoho Conference. Clicking on Schedule will schedule the meeting. So here is the detailed page of Zoho Meeting that you had scheduled. The various details are displayed here. The presenter, the date and time, time zone, agenda, participants. As you can see, the presenter's email and also the email address that I had shared an invite as well has also been shown on the screen over here. There are a couple of ways for the participants to join the meeting. You can simply ask your participants to open a new tab in a browser, type in meet.zoho.com and enter this particular key. Or you can also copy this link and also paste it across through your instant messaging services where you are in touch with the participant. So when the participants are clicking on the link, they'll be able to join the meeting and choose the audio options as well. We also have various dial-in numbers from where the participants will also be able to join the session. So these are the various local dial-in numbers for different countries that we are providing. see on the right hand side, you have an edit this option, edit this meeting option. So as the host, if you would want to add any other things in the agendas, you can just click on edit this meeting and add whatever content that you'd want to, or make whatever changes that you would have to, and you can click on save. So on saving this, you can see the updated details on the agenda. We also provide you an embed option where we provide you with an HTML code. So you can copy this particular code and paste it to any of your websites or web pages where the participants can go directly and enter the email address and join the session. We also provide you with an option to add to calendar where an ICS file would be downloaded onto your onto your desktop, and it acts as a reminder for you not to forget to join this session which is scheduled. We also have the option to cancel or delete the scheduled session. On clicking on this, it will just cancel. So let me just take you through the various features and functionalities that are available in our Zoho meeting. So I'm clicking on the start, which will automatically start the session. As I told you earlier, we have two options to join. That is the phone call option and the computer audio. With respect to the phone call option, we provide you various local dial-in numbers where you just have to type in the number, the access code, and the PIN. And you can click on Join Meeting. And the computer audio as well. So on clicking on the computer audio, we provide you two things. That is the camera and the mic. You can also choose to select the camera over here. Since I have only one particular camera, I have the option of FaceTime, that is my built-in webcam on my laptop. I'm choosing to, turn off the camera. And you also have a drop-down box where you'd be able to choose the audio devices. So this is my Bluetooth headset which I've been connected. And I also have the option to choose the default MacBook Pro microphone. I'm clicking on the Bluetooth headset over here, and I would click on Start Meeting. As you see, this is the default page when the meeting is starting. You can also choose to invite the attendees or participants from even after the online meeting has been started. You can type in the attendee email, and after you click on send, an email invite will be sent to the respective participants, and he'd be able to choose to join or not. Or you can also click on the meeting link, copy this one, and also share it across to the participants that are joining. So let's start with the various features and functionalities that are available in Zoho Meeting. So the first one is the attendees option. Here you'd be able to see a list of the participants that have joined the particular meeting session. Here, as you can see, we have quite a few options over here. We have the search attendee option where you can, type in the name and the attendee's name would be displayed. You can also wish to sort the participant list in an ascending or descending order. This might be, quite useful for you people. Let's say if 100 participants are in the session, and if you'd want to check if one particular participant is in your session, you can just type in, or you can sort it according to the alphabetical order. As you can see, I am the presenter here. So it is showing as the presenter. And we have two other participants who have joined this particular meeting. So me as a host would have complete control over the proceedings and the actions of this Zoho meeting. I also have the option to mute and unmute the participants. This will be quite useful for you. As you know, like every one of us, we are working from home. So there might be a lot of background noises from various participants. So I can manually click on mute and unmute option of the participants. Or on the other hand, I also have the option stating mute all and unmute all. By clicking on mute all the microphones of the participants will be muted, and when I click on unmute all the microphone of the participants would be unmuted. And we have more other functionalities. By clicking on this option, you'd be able to give control, provided the participant would have installed the desktop application. And you can also remove an attendee. Let's say, for an example, I would like to interview quite a few people on this same particular session. So let's say the first 10 minutes is reserved to Aisha, who is present over here, and the next 10 minutes is reserved to Shravant, who will be joining post 10 minutes. So me as a host, I have complete control and the authority to remove the attendee from the session. By clicking on remove attendee, it will just remove the participants from the meeting session, and only Shravant over here will be displayed. We also have the chat option, which will be really helpful for you to make an interactive session between the host and as well as the participants. And this is a public platform where the chat can be seen by both the participants and by both the host and all the participants. As you can see, this is a public platform. We also have the settings option. The conserve bandwidth option. So this option can come in handy where you'd have frequent internet disconnections or disconnectivity. By clicking on the conserve bandwidth option, you'd be able to manage the internet bandwidth efficiently. And we also have the option for the host to enable the play entry-exit sound. So this would be useful for the host to keep a track on who are the participants who will be entering into the session and also exit the session, so that the host will be notified and he can use it for his future reference. We also have the option to choose or change the video and the audio options during the meeting session. By clicking on change, you'll be able to select the default camera or the audio options that you would like to change. So clicking on start sharing over here will allow you to, you have quite a few options. I'm logged into the Chrome browser, so you can choose to share your entire screen to all of your participants or your particular application window. So this might be useful if you are delivering or if you want your teammates or your managers to present a slideshow or also give them a weekly report. We also have the log meeting feature. So basically, the log meeting feature, the host will be able to control the participants who join to the meeting. So I'll give you a good example where it'll be easier for you to understand more on the functionalities on log the meeting. So let's say I'm a teacher and I have 20 students who are about to join the session. I inform my students to join the session at 10 a.m. and also provide a buffer time of 5 to 10 minutes. So if I want to know who are the participants who are trying to join after the buffer of 10 minutes, I would get an pop-up where me as a host have the option to reject or accept the participant into the session. On clicking on accept, the participant will be added to the meeting session. And we also have a start recording and a stop recording option where you'd be able to record the audio and the screen that is shared. So you would be able to share all of this to the participants who are not able to join this particular meeting session. They would be able to check this out and also take it forward for the later use. We also have the option to mute and unmute the video and mute and unmute the host, that is my end microphone. You also have the option to go onto a full screen where on clicking this, the meeting session this occupies the entire screen of the device. On clicking on exit button from the host end, the meeting session will end. So the exit or the termination of the session would be completely based on the host control. So these are the various functionality and features of what Zoho Meeting provides within the meeting session. So I would like to explain more about how you would be able to track all the meetings that are available. By clicking on My Meetings here, you can have a list of the upcoming meetings and as well as the past meetings. So this would be useful for you, to have a reminder in your calendar or an easier option for you to just go to My Meetings and click the Start button from here. Clicking on this will directly start the meeting. We also provide you an option to edit this particular meeting. Let's say you'd want to edit the agenda or the topic or do some minute changes into the meeting that you had scheduled. Then also the embed link over here where we provide you with an HTML code, and this code will be useful for your participants to enter your website and register directly from there. We give you the option to start and also schedule a meeting from this particular My Meetings tab as well. By clicking on Meet Now, it will schedule an instant meeting and also a scheduled meeting where you'd have to enter all the details and also you'd be able to proceed the My Recordings option. Here we provide you with a list of all the recordings that has been done throughout your sessions. As you can see, here is the topic, the date, and also the duration of the recording. We give you three options. That is, you'd be able to just click on play and listen to the recording that has just been finished. And you also have the option to share this particular recording link to the participants who have missed or to all of the participants who have joined the particular session. Where you can just copy this link and send it across to any of your messaging services or any of your social media applications. By clicking on download, you would be able to download this particular recording onto your system. This would be downloaded as an MP4 file where you'll be able to listen to it and use it for later references. We also have the option to delete or cancel the recording. Moving on to the settings tab. So this is where you, as the host, would be able to fill in the details of your time zone. So once you fill in the time zone details, with respect to this, all the meetings would be scheduled. We also have the option for us to send an email reminder Here are quite a few options where you'll be able to send an email reminder like 12 hours before or 15 minutes before as well. This is to make sure, the participants just don't miss the session that is scheduled. And we also have the Add to Google Calendar option, where on clicking on the toggle button, will integrate your Google Calendar with the meetings that have been scheduled. This also acts as an extra bonus for you to get reminded of the sessions that are being held. Going on to the Manage Organization. So this setting on this page are applicable to your organization. You'd be able to type in your company details and also upload or remove the company logo. So this company name and the logo would be reflected in the invite emails that is being sent and also the email reminders that are being sent to the participants. The user management. This is a tab where you'd be able to handle your users in an efficient manner. By clicking on Add User, you can type in their email and also select the kind of license that you'd want the participant to have. You can select the free or the pro version. So on clicking on Send Invite, an email would be sent to that particular person who you're trying to add as a user, and upon him accepting, he'd be able to log into the system as a pro or a free member. We have an integration with Zoho CRM, where the Zoho Meeting and the Zoho CRM has been integrated. You'll be able to host online meetings with all of your CRM leads and as well as the contacts directly from Zoho CRM. So moving on to the slide. Here are the list of few certifications and compliance that the Zoho Meeting provide you. It is an ISO 27001, ISO 27017, and ISO 27018 certified. Zoho Meeting does not use any third-party apps or shared users' information with any outside parties. So Zoho Meeting does not require users to download any software unnecessarily. We also provide you an option to go ahead with the meeting from your browser. And it follows all the privacy and security practices when a user is asked to download the application. And Zoho Meeting also provides users privacy by always asking for the user's consent to enable the video, audio, and the remote access. Zoho Corporation is certified to be compliant with the EU-US Privacy Shield Framework and the Swiss-US Privacy Shield Framework as well, and is also an SOC 2 Type 2 compliant. So you can get in contact with us by various ways. You can log on to our website at zoho.com/meeting, but also email us at support@zohomeeting.com, where our product experts will analyze the requirements and will be able to assist you. You can also review us or also reach us at our official Twitter handle, which is @ZohoMeeting. And to get all of your instant queries solved, you can reach us via our live chat, which is on our particular website. So these are the various functionalities and also the various features that are available in Zoho Meeting. I hope that I was clear in explaining all the features. So thank you. I'm handing over the proceedings to Lyra.
Okay, thanks so much, Anish, for all of that. I'll just share my screen again. All right, great. So just to follow on from some of those resources, and we'll get to the questions in a second, or someone will jump on there and answer that for you, Kumar. So some more resources. If you want to have a look at the specific features available within Zoho Meeting, you can head to that first link, and I'll also post these links in a message to all of you in a second. Then there's also a user guide, which is really helpful when setting up and just learning how to do different things on Zoho Meeting. If you want to know what's new, you can head to that updates link. We recently, updated the UI, which is why it might look different if some of you have used it in the past. So it's a lot sort of cleaner. There's a few extra features that have been added as well. If you want any training, you can head to those that last tab, the resources, and see some more webinars as well. And then specifically for anyone who has been impacted by, the coronavirus, we have lots of relief initiatives, some business continuity programs. We're also doing virtual community meetups. We have another one tomorrow for those of you who are interested. Then we have some really insightful COVID-19 dashboards, some educational resources, and also some Zoho One online workshops as well. And our next advanced series, which will be the last one for this series, will be next Wednesday, and that will be on projects and sprints. So that will be for hybrid project management, and there's the link for that one as well, which I'll share with you in a second. So now, if anyone has any other questions, I'll invite you to ask away. So yeah, you can get them answered by our team, and I'll post those links right now. And I just put my email in there just in case any of you want to get in contact with me. I am able to put you in, put you in the right place in terms of support, or if you have any specific questions, whether it be about Zoho One or other applications within Zoho One, or really anything like that. So feel free to reach out anytime you need. Okay, well, I hope everyone has a lovely night or afternoon, day, wherever you are. And yeah, thanks so much, Anish, for joining me. I'm going to end the meeting now, and like I said, you will all get a recording as well. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, and I will talk to you all at the next webinar next Wednesday. Okay, bye.